Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to my channel and to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, myself, Dorothy, Rebecca, and Sonia. And this is the photo I'm going to scrap today. It's of my grandson Kyler, and he's playing possum there with a rubber arrow in his chest, on his chest. It's not actually in it, on his chest. And the paper I'm going to use for the background is from a collection called Weathered Wood and Crystals. So it's kind of like a marble look, and it reminded me of arrowheads when I seen it. Yeah. So I thought I got to use that for this layout. I am putting together some targets. There was a piece of paper in the collection that I first pulled out, which was Echo Park, that had arrows all over it. And my first plan was cut a couple of strips to go behind the photo and then put the targets there. Well, by the time I actually sat down to do the layout, I decided to use arrows instead. And those are Tim Holtz Artful arrows. And I'm only using the straighter ones. They've got curved and lightning looking ones and stuff, but I only picked the straight ones for this layout. And that longest one kind of reminds me of the arrow that's, suction to his chest. And so I'm going to use it a few times with extra colors. It's not going to be just a solid color. I've got the gray to go as the arrow and yellow as the feathers. And the reason I wanted the straight ones, I plan on all going straight up the page. I'm trying to make them straight. I will try to do that. And, I'm telling you now, my title is crooked. Yeah, it's a good thing I put it on repositionable adhesive because, yeah, I had to move a couple of letters around when I sat down here while I was waiting for my computer to boot up. Yeah, you will notice it is crooked, but I think my arrows are straight, I think, or close to it anyhow. I am going to take some of the targets and put foam tape under them. I did put foam tape under the photo, but I'm not going to put any underneath the arrows. I thought, I could do it. But, it'd be a whole lot quicker just to add liquid glue behind them and put them down. So I went ahead and done it that way. And I like it. So if I'd seen it and didn't like it, I'm sure I would have went ahead and put the foam tape on there. I'm going to get a little carried away right here, putting those targets on there. Yeah, it's going to have more than a couple other places. I'm going to end up making one more target before I'm done. But if I hadn't put so many in this one spot right here, I might have been able to go without making that one more. But truth be told, the thought actually went through my head when I put the last target and arrow on there. I was looking at the layout and I thought, that little story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I thought, and this is just right. Yeah, that went through my head. I got enough of the more targets and arrows that I was happy. Oh, and when I was making the targets, I did originally plan on making them centered, all the circles, just like a regular target. But then I thought, as many as I'm going to put on the layout, that's going to look a little bit boring. So I'm kind of put them on there wonky instead. Yeah, I like wonky, so I did put some on there straight and some a little bit on the wonky side. And I did make different sizes. And of course, I am going to tuck some under and clip it off so that the circles will go farther, targets will go farther. But yeah, I did make some wonky, and I don't guess I put enough glue on some either because when I cut them apart, I had to add more glue. Cutting them apart was not on my mind when I went to glue them together to start with, or I probably would have put a little bit more glue. I wanted to add a cluster down here in the bottom, and my title's going to go down here too. I thought I'd kind of nestle it into that cluster down there. And you know how stuff in your mind is one way and then it turns out another? Well, I think it turned out close to what was in my mind, considering I didn't even know what arrows I was going to stick down there at the time, or targets. So the bottom part of my layout is going to end up heavier than the top, but I am going to add another little cluster in the upper right just to help balance it out a little more. I do have that giant cluster up there on the left though, so maybe that'll help balance it out. And boy, I showed those dies really quick. They're Tim Holtz alphanumeric. You know, that set that has like a whole bunch of E's and A's and S's and so on. So all you have to do is the title one time and cut it out, and there it is. Yeah, they had it on sale on HSN, this last craft thing, and it had like 3 other die sets to go with it. And I've been wanting this one plus 2 of the others. And I thought, well, that only leaves one that I hadn't put on my wish list. So, and it was cheap. It was about the price I would have had to pay for 2 of them. So, yeah, I did the payment plan. So I'm going to pay like $5 a month. And that'll be good. But yeah, I'll own it sooner or later. But I really like the idea of those extra letters and just lay them on there one time and cut it out. And like I said, I put the repositionable adhesive underneath there. And so my little crooked title, I can straighten. And the cluster up here on the top right isn't going to be a super big cluster. And I didn't make it go all the way up into the corner. But I was looking at my layout and I thought it needs something else. So I am going to punch out some smaller circles that aren't going to be targets. They're just going to be circles, and just kind of scatter them on the layout. I'm going to do yellow, and then I'm going to add some red just to fill in little spots and add a little more interest having the smaller ones in there. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned my title. It's He Aims to Please crossed out, and Tease put in its place because, yeah, he was playing possum when his mom came in the room, and she couldn't resist taking his picture, of course, and putting it on Facebook. So, yeah, I got to scrap it, but I've had it a while, too. I don't know why I hadn't scrapped it before. I have some Western-looking paper that's echo part, and my first intentions after I bought it, which, I've had it a while, was to use it, but I never did. And then today I got this idea and thought, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. But yeah, that's my layout. Be sure to look down there below. You will see the links to the other gals and see what they created today with their punches and or dies. And if you leave a comment, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those who already are, thank you so much. And thank you too for all the wonderful comments that you leave down there below. They make my day, and I read every one of them. But yeah, I will try to catch, I am going to try to catch up. But that's it. That's my layout. And I did put quite a few arrows on there and targets, but you all know me. I like more. So this was like right up my alley. But I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. And find time to scrap and use your tools, punches and or dies, or anything else. Get hands-on experience with your layout and see what you can create. But have a happy, scrappy week for sure. Bye.